everybody, how is it going today? We are going to do a fridge, freezer, pantry clean out video because you know, like you buy ingredients and then you don't make what you think that you're going to make, and then you end up with all of these ingredients in your refrigerator that might go bad very, very soon. I'm going to clear those out today. We're gonna get rid of them and kind of like start over from scratch. So the idea is to pull out whatever I have, see what kind of meals that I can make and stick in the freezer, go over a couple of items I already found. Before I show you my first inspiration ingredient, if you like freezer meal videos, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. That will really help me out and I'll appreciate it. And if you've never done it before, it does turn a different color, which you might find interesting. Now I have not one, not two, but 3 cottage cheese containers. What the heck is the matter with me? Why do I, this one's sealed, like, why? What is the problem? What's the date? Are they fuzzy? Okay, I don't wanna like spray it in my face. Okay, that one looks good. I just need to check before we get started. There's no reason anyone should have 3 cottage cheese containers when like none of my kids eat cottage cheese. Yeah, good, okay. Please tell me this one's not sealed too. I am such a dummy. They're all sealed, oh my gosh. Okay, they're all good. Look, we don't eat cottage cheese just plain, like ever, almost ever. Maybe Dave and I, if we're like trying to diet, I'm going to make 3 lasagnas today out of these because I use like 1 container per lasagna, and I hate making lasagna because it's like all the layers and
we both have layers.
Feels like it takes forever, and I make my own sauce. I've never used a jarred sauce for lasagna. I just like mine, and the sauce takes like an hour to simmer. Ugh, it's a whole thing.
But I don't want to.
Plus, there's the issue that I just don't like lasagna that much, but my kids adore it, and so if I'm gonna make it, I'm gonna make 3 and stick them in the freezer, and that's what we're doing. So I have 3 of those. I do have 3 pounds of ground beef that I pulled out of my freezer to thaw, and I always have like open boxes of lasagna noodles in my pantry. Why? I can never use the whole box at one time. What is the matter with me? I even have like, why do I have frozen petite diced tomatoes in my freezer? I couldn't tell you, but here they are. Also in the fridge, look at all these onions.
Ogres are like onions.
They're just begging to go into a sauce. I am going to start mixing up my sauce right now. I have shown this recipe and stuff in videos before. I think I have the full recipe links down below for you if you want to check it out. I'm gonna get going on the sauce, mix up the cottage cheese, or like ricotta, you can use ricotta, but I actually prefer cottage cheese to ricotta. I don't know why. Like, it's saltier. Maybe I like the saltier. Who's to say? So we're gonna get started on these lasagnas and see what we can do. I have 2 pots going with 1.5 pounds of the ground beef each, some onion, garlic, crushed red pepper flake, and Italian seasoning. So as soon as the ground beef is finished, we will add our tomatoes. Frozen tomatoes that were in the freezer, plus the petite diced tomatoes. So we're gonna add both of these into our pots. I actually have 2 of these, so 1 in this pot, 1 in the other pot. And I get to clear out my freezer, so that's great. I know it's a little frozen, but it'll be fine. There's the petite diced tomatoes, look at that. They'll thaw, it'll be fine. Welcome to the lasagna making station. We have our sauce finished. My cottage cheese mixture is all mixed up. There it is. I also had this in my outside fridge. Definitely need to use that up. Here's all my sauce. I have some Scooby guys. I know you guys are gonna ask where these are from. Pier 1, these are really, really old, like probably 10 years old. All of my lasagna noodles. 2 of these are gonna be freezer meals, and 1 I'm just gonna stick in the fridge and we're gonna eat it tomorrow because I already have dinner for tonight planned. A cup of sauce on the bottom of each one. Now the real trick is making sure I have enough sauce for, for all 3. And then I don't run out. That's gonna be the real issue. Now, while I make this, I'm gonna listen to some music and I'll speed it up for you, and like we can talk about some other stuff during the voiceover. How does that sound? Sound good? Yes? Great. Alexa, shuffle songs by New Found Glory. I like telling the Echo to do something like that right before I cut out the sound, because I just wanna see like how many other Echoes I can make turn on when people watch my videos. I think it's really, really funny. So if your Alexa turned on just then and played New Found Glory, give this video a like, and then tell me in the comments which song it started playing. I like Newfound Glory because it takes me back to when I was like 19 and 20 years old, putting the CDs, you know, like in my CD player in the car. Okay, technically I didn't have a CD player in my car. I had a Discman with a cassette adapter. If you guys are old enough to know exactly what I'm talking about, give me a holla down in the comments, okay? Because I know I have quite a few young people that are like too young to remember those days when like you hit a bump and your Discman would skip on the CD with the cassette adapter. You know what I'm saying. Sitting here, I want to know what your area looks like. Now, I would say most of my audience lives in the US, but I do have some outside of the US. So I just kind of want to hear from everybody. What does the next, I'm going to say, month look like for you as far as your city, your state, and your kids potentially or potentially not going back to school? I'm really curious because I've kind of been watching this, monitoring it throughout the United States. It seems like every area, every school district is doing something completely different, and everybody feels differently about it. I've seen a lot of different scenarios, people's opinions. I have friends that are teachers. I have friends that are parents. I have some friends that are going homeschool. I have some friends that are doing all virtual. And I have friends and family members who are single parents and have kids that actually can't be left alone, but they have to go into the office. Like they don't have the option to work from home, which is creating a difficult situation. I also have friends and family members who have special needs kids who literally cannot be left alone. So I don't know, it's just a really interesting and complicated situation for sure. So far my district is going 100% face-to-face. I think about 40% of the school district has opted to do homeschool in my area. So I'm interested to see what that looks like when we actually get there. And of course, they could just go straight virtual at any time, and that could be what we end up doing as well. This bag has been mocking me. You are so fluffy. You need to get your hair cut. This bag has been mocking me. Sitting here thinking I need to make things with oats, and it came to me like a light bulb. We're making granola bars. Look, they could see me in the microwave holding the camera. So we have our peanut butter. Haley's chopping the almonds. Here are the oats. I'll leave the recipe down below for you. And we're waiting on the honey. I had to go get a new honey jar from downstairs. It's my last one. I don't know when I'm gonna be able to get raw honey again in my area. Slowly heating it because it's like all crystallized right now. So we're kind of waiting on this at the moment. We need 1 tisp of vanilla.
Tisp? I wonder what a tisp is.
No, that's a tibbles.
It's a tibbles.
Wait, what is it?
It's a tibbles. Only half?
Oh, yes.
Of
Yeah, it's only half. And now do
1
of the vanilla.
I like vanilla. It's okay.
I now have 2/3 of a cup of honey in here. I may have gone a little over 2/3 of a cup of honey. Okay, so I have a touch more honey than I need, which means I might add a little bit more of this than I need. Otherwise, it'll be too sticky. We'll see how we do. But it's time to stir vigorously. I have added the oats and chopped salted almonds. You can do whatever nut you want, pepitas, cashews, whatever. And I'm now gonna stir these together. As soon as this is done, we'll add the chocolate chips. We have now taken it over the top with some chia seeds. That's not in the recipe, but I figure why not? It could be interesting. And like 1/3 of a cup of chocolate chips. These will now get stirred together, put into this glass baking dish, but we're not baking it. It's a refrigerate thing. With the parchment paper, smush it with other parchment paper until it's flat and refrigerate it. You got it? You understand what we're doing? Recipe report on these granola bars. Number 1, they are delicious. Number 2, they're a little sticky. I don't know. I felt like they were a little too sticky for what I was looking for, so I think I'm going to be on the hunt for something that's more crumbly. The granola bars have sat in the fridge and they are now ready to chop. They look pretty good, so we're gonna try and oh yeah, pull these out like this and chop them up. Don't get me wrong, they were delicious. My kids, Dave, they adored these and gobbled them up. I would definitely recommend. I'm just looking for something different.
These taste just like your protein peanut butter bars, but like the next level.
Let's see what else is in the fridge. I gotta get some more things out of this fridge, and let me kind of show you what I'm finding in here. Pepper jack cheese, these huge burrito-sized tortillas that I picked up for our mountain bike trip. I didn't even take all of them with us, this huge pack from Sam's Club. So now I have this like massive pack that's sitting in here. And I'm trying to get rid of some of these condiments over here. I have like almost no salsa left there, so we're gonna put that here. Even have, oh, yep, this little container of jalapenos. If you guys haven't seen my discount store meal video, there's the rest of them. So let's grab those, okay. I have about 10 of these in my freezer. Let's take these 2 and the rest of these eggs. I think I have some more in my outside fridge as well. I think we're gonna make breakfast burritos and like freeze a bunch, and it's gonna be amazing. So let's get started. You guys can't watch when you're in there, come on. There's not much more I like better than a hunky man chopping up a hunk of sausage. You should see my like totally dirty stove. I've been cooking all day, like what?
Yeah, the whole thing is greasy.
I'll clean it. When this is done, I'll clean it. Dude, this thing is the best. I'm in love with that thing.
Yeah, seriously.
It's awesome. It's one of those kitchen tools you never knew you needed until you have it. And then you're like, wow, everyone needs this, like right now.
Yeah.
My sausage and eggs are ready. We will now add the jalapenos. Oh, for those that think I'm serious, it's totally a joke. I know that's not how you say it. You say jalapeno, that's what you say. Okay, also a joke. The rest of this salsa, just because I want to get it out of my fridge because there's like nothing left in there. Cool down just a touch before I add the cheese. I don't want the cheese to melt into a big gobbledygook of melted cheese ball. Okay, I'm gonna wrap up my breakfast burritos. Even though I didn't mix in my cheese, we'll just sprinkle it on top each time. Fingers crossed I can wrap these appropriately because I suck at wrapping breakfast burritos. Everybody say a little prayer for me. It'll be really, really helpful. I don't know how much to put in. My biggest issue is I usually overfill them. I'm like, ooh, look at all this yummy goodness. It probably needs more. Look, I'm doing it now. Look, is this too much? I don't even know. Couldn't say. A little bit of cheese. Okay, so we're gonna do, okay, is it this one and then, or is it this one and then this one? Which way is it? Is it this way? Sure. Like that? Oh my gosh, I didn't suck. Oh, whoa. Yes, what is happening now? Oh my gosh, I'm an expert. Okay, let's mix up the rest of these. True story, after I made these breakfast burritos and they were like the biggest hit ever in my family, I still had some of these large tortillas. So I did some leftover rice and black bean, sour cream and cheese burritos as well and wrapped them up just like this. And then my family was like, oh my gosh, bean and cheese burritos with rice. These are the best things ever. And this is how genius Dave is. He reheated his in the air fryer, not the microwave, and it gives it like a little crispy exterior. I'm telling you, try it. You'll never go back to the microwave. So I ended up with 13 breakfast burritos. They're very big. I could only fit 5 in a Ziploc bag. So these 2 can go in the freezer, and these 3 can go in the fridge for someone's breakfast tomorrow. Now, in my family, this will be gone in 1 day. And this will be gone in 1 day. So this will only like 2 days of breakfast burritos, which is very sad when you think about how much food that is. But hey, that's where we are. Once again, if you guys like this video, hit the thumbs up button and maybe subscribe if you want to stick around a little bit more. See you in the next video. Bye-bye. No, shoot. It's TBSP. It's a tibs.
It's a tibisp.
Nope. What?
Why are there spoons in here? Get out.
Hey, wait.
Someone's throwing stuff.
There, that one. It looks like a half. Do 2 of those.
Of vanilla?
Nope, false. Do the half teaspoon of salt first, and then do the vanilla.
Just give me one of those.
Oh my gosh! And then just do it.
Stop it!